I don't want there to be a situation where there will be a change of government.
Okay.
And they will step into this partnership. Because this is a partnership for Ghana. If there's change of governments and they step in and you know there are things, that is the only thing I don't want to see happen.
That's your fear.
That is my fear. Because this is a good move. If both teams, Roland is here, if they play their cards well, it's a win for Ghana. Because Shatawale put a write-up out where he said that you have to just register and then pay 20 Ghana cedis and then work for 12 hours and get 100% profits to your side. Facts. And today you're even mentioning that they get to receive 500 cedis also at the end of every month.
Full coupon.
Yes. Full coupon.
Yes.
These other businesses are not doing that. Like the Ubers, the Yangos, they are draining the drivers. If you sit in a Yango or a boat and you listen to the complaints of their drivers.
Those drivers, I hear they like to talk.
But what he said, I think it's a good idea. I mean, talking about getting 2,000 people to get on board.
Download the app,
that's a good thing. If it can happen, I think it will help.
Like the master stroke challenge.
Yes, it will really help.
I would treat it like, for want of a better word, or when he wants to communicate. But there is more to the training than what was said during the press or during the meeting. Okay. I believe when the team goes into the boardroom or in close quarters, that is where all the details will be spelled out. But for press communication, and of course because of the environment and how brief the meeting was, there was the need to tell the people something or give them something to fall on to understand that, okay, we are going to do something like this. And besides, Shatta has its own format and the ministry also have their own direction. So maybe it could be training where there would be the project side of it. And the training, the proper training can also come from government. Maybe government can also set up a training format where, like he said, school, where they can direct some of them to have some form of short courses even in these music schools. Because you know there are some musicians that have the perception, say, the moment I make us a mayor, there's no need for me to go to school. But then, whether you like it or not, there are certain things that academically, when you step there, you can also grab and it will help you as a musician. So yes, it is a whole training. I would agree with him when he says, okay, there should be some form of mindset change. There are some people who need, like they need it in the system. There are some people need it. The people that you mentioned the male version, the female version, they need it. Some Crawford say when you get some of them,
and they will do it when you tell them.
No, it is not about telling them. But sometimes I agree with you when you say some of the action starts from you. But sometimes if you also don't talk about the effect of whatever they are doing to you, they may also be ignorant about it. You know, there are some people in the space who are even budded, young commentators who think that insulting some of these people, like the ones that they are looking up to are doing, is the one that will make them. That is how some people think. But if these musicians come out and they tell you that, Charlie, these things that you guys are saying, it is spoiling our business somewhere, some people will have change of mind. Some people will see the need for them, even if they will not change completely, they will learn how to minimize it. So it may not come back, to affect them. You understand? So for that one, I agree. And I'm saying that I am just surprised he's now realizing it. Perhaps Ebia this year kakra fan in piano. Afi no say no. Say na ebi wo ho no ma eya. You understand? Kakra fan in piano this year. And say no say na ebi wo ho no ma eya. But when some of his colleagues were complaining about some of these things in the past or for some time, he was very quiet and silent about this whole conversation.
So these are the things we should be looking at. And yet, you do talk down there. What is happening down there? Because it is what happens down there that gives birth to our actions up here. Where you gidi gidi dia, it is Stonebwoy waka. But some of these things are deep rooted. And also he's part of the problem.
Okay.
We are all part of the problem. He's part. Or playing a part, yeah. The industry and everybody will be better. One could ignore can promise tweet to him. I don't think Senka can promise in be ignore it.
Yeah.
In be responding, then we build a bond, family moves on, and then we all win together. But why ignore it there? Why ignore there? Also, there's no unity in the space. If Stonebwoy wanted people or artists to work together, in those days now, only artists of the year can promise. Ebe tweet say congratulations, my brother. Then no. In kasa dream no ni timwa. In ka honum no or respond then it will come back to him. But on say Stonebwoy, a tweety congratulations to can promise. Can promise ignore. We are making a big fuss of it. Yeah, they can't say because he started it and he has received it. So if we want to work together, it starts with us.
Ride or drive with Shaxi. Download the Shaxi ride-hailing app and sign up as a driver or rider. Get Shaxi today from the Google Play and Apple App Store today.
Anyways, Showbiz Daily is actually wrapping up the week in style right here on Sammy Flex TV. And my people are seated for us to do this in grand style. Let me say thanks to Roland Amate, thanks to Intim Dodu Solomon Chemo, as well as OK Joseph. It is a Friday, and therefore we are taking it slowly. Now you can see us representing in our Shaxi branded t-shirts. Only Chemo and OK do not have some. I know they are going to Bishop now. You call Shaxi 247.
Shaxi Day.
No,
Shaxi Day.
Today is actually Shaxi Day, so
Yeah,
everybody should have represented hugely in their Shaxi shirts. But it's all fine. We still can rock and roll. Now the big day is today for Shaxi. As a matter of fact, what started on X as just mere conversation is actually developing into a huge something. So it was one fine day when Malik Basintali, CEO of Youth Employment Agency, sent a message to Shatawale on X and said, "Oh, we have seen you guys, your works, and we are surely ready to partner and to collaborate with you guys. Let's link up to see what we can do." Well, the follow-up was quickly done. And right and then, a meeting was scheduled, and today that meeting happened. And at the end of the meeting, many good news have come out of that meeting. Some of them, I would want us to analyze them here on Showbiz Daily before we even move on to the next business. Also, about 3 topics out of that. Number 1 is the collaboration between Shaxi and YEA. Number 2 is the fact that drivers are going to enjoy some benefit from just signing on to Shaxi. I hear some 500 cedis a month. Will be the better salary. Yeah. And again, out of the conversation, Malik Basintali put out a request to Shatawale that he would want Shatta to be a mentor to many Ghanaian musicians. About 2,000 Ghanaian musicians. He wants Shatta to take them through mentoring, training, recording sessions, and more. And I said, wow, maybe Invasion Project is now about to be bigger and better. Well, let's go catch the live action from the YEA office earlier today in case you missed it. And when I come back, we will be exploring these areas that I've mentioned here on the show. Stay tuned.
Yeah, he sits here. He sits here. Yeah. Thank you. It's been impressive how the Ghanaian people have been behind you and fighting hard for us to give Shaxi a place within the Ghanaian economy. And so today we're happy to welcome you here. And Asante Fosi Waha Mona Mona. All right.
All right. Thank you, and Honorable and your team here. I would like to say a big thank you for this great invitation because it has been a dream for us to have a sitting like this and have a partnership with the government. But it's been years now. It's been 4 years now. But from our side, we believe that we've been able to move a particular business that is really on the hearts of the youths, and we feel Shaxi is one way that we can use to eradicate unemployment in the country. So with your request and your tweet on X, it made us so happy. My team and everybody is so happy, and so we are here to just let you know that we respect your invitation, and we are here to just honor that and listen to what you also have to say. Yeah.
Thank you very much. I mean, first I would have to declare my interest. I've been a fan of One Dawn for a very long time, and so it's important I declare that interest. However, it doesn't conflict me in whatever decision I'm supposed to take. I've stated out there that first, what we are interested in doing is to create jobs for sustainable jobs for the young man and woman out there, and no matter how the job is to be created, at the end of the day, we will be held accountable as to the number of jobs that have been created. And so, if a Ghanaian individual, not just any Ghanaian individual, but a person of high reputation like yourself, has decided to put up a platform that forms a means where transport services could be leveraged, it's just important that as a government agency we take advantage of it. We didn't create, you have created. And so our job and our duty is to find means and ways of how we could tap into that opportunity you have created so that we could ensure that many more people also get to the advantage of it. The very important aspect of our meeting today is because there's a man out there who is in search of a vehicle, and there's another man out there who has a vehicle and is in search of a driver, and there's a young man like you out there who has created an app that seeks to create that platform where this man on my right and the man on my left could come together and work and then make a living for themselves. And so as a government agency, we are coming on board to ensure that we link that man who is in search of a vehicle and the man who is in search of a driver, and we ensure that they will enroll onto Shaxi, and then we ensure that it is Ghana, 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 and at the end of the day, Ghana wins. And so that's simply the system we want to create here. On behalf of my management and staff of YEA, we would make a few proposals to the partnership we seek to create. First is that we have an existing partnership with a private individual who is bringing about 150 electric vehicles into the country. And he was in my office the last time, and he said he was impressed with the work we were doing, and he had wanted us to find drivers for him. The first commitment I would want to make is that I've instructed my team that all those 150 vehicles should be first registered on Shaxi before we get drivers out there for them. That's the first one.
Well, let me start from those who were not at the venue. Let me see how they followed their conversation online. And okay, let me start with you. What did you see? What have you seen?
I think I saw the video when they were setting up ahead of the meeting. I was like, this is actually happening. That was the only thing I said. This is actually happening. And
Good.
You know, with me, I think it's a good move. It's a
Okay.
win for Ghana. It's a win for YEA. It's a
Okay.
win for Shaxi and Shatawale, because YEA is on an agenda to create jobs for the youth. Shaxi is also on an agenda to expand their business.
Okay.
So a partnership like this is going to help both camps, and is going to create more job opportunities for the youth. So I think it's a win-win for both camps, and also a win for Ghana.
Okay.
But also, I don't want there to be a situation where there will be a change of government
Okay.
and they will step into this partnership. Because this is a partnership for Ghana. If there's change of government and they step in, and you know there are things, that is the only thing I don't want to see happen.
That's your fear.
That is my fear. Because this is a good move. If both teams, Roland is here, if they play their cards well, it's a win for Ghana. Because Shatawale put a write-up out where he said that you have to just register and then pay 20 Ghana cedis and then work for 12 hours and get 100% profits to your side. And today you're even mentioning that they get to receive 500 cedis or so at the end of every month.
Full coupon.
Yes.
Full coupon.
Yes.
These other businesses are not doing that. Like the Ubers, the Yangos, they are draining the drivers. If you sit in a Yango or a boat and you listen to the complaints of the
Those
drivers,
drivers, I hear they like to talk. I hear anytime you sit in a Uber or Yango, the driver will just start talking about his problems. Why? They should stop that.
They didn't put a crowd.
They should stop that thing.
Boss Yanko offline. Boss Yanko offline.
cheating system.
They should stop that thing.
But you know, with registering with 20 Ghana cedis and then working for 12 hours, I think is a smart move, because people don't even see the value of 20 Ghana cedis, and they don't know what 20 Ghana cedis can do. But if we are to do the mathematics here, you realize at the end of the day, if we have 2,000 young drivers registering on the platform and deciding that we want to drive with Shaxi, and they are paying 20 Ghana cedis in a day, you see how much is coming in. And so, like I said, it's a good move. The government should take note of this. If Mohammed's administration leaves power, the next government to come in power, we beg you, this is a good move. Don't come and spoil the plan.
Okay.
We beg them. That is all I'm requesting.
Now, about the music training thing that YEA CEO also requested from Shatawale, what do you think about it?
It's the best. It's the best because we have a lot of young people doing music and they don't even know their left from their right. They don't know what they are doing. They don't know the music business. They are only following their passion, you know, but the business side of the music, they don't understand. And this is not something new to Shatawale. He's been doing it. He's been advising young artists most of the times, not directly, but this time around he has the channel to do it directly and impact what he has into them. About 2 or 3 decades of experience, no, 4 decades of experience impacting into these people is the best. Last time I sat on this same platform and I said that we have big names in the past that Shatawale and the Sarkodiyes were not getting the opportunity to even go to them and learn. So if these young ones are about to get the opportunity and learn from a brain like Shatawale who understands the secrets of the music industry, then it's a big deal for them. They shouldn't take it lightly. They should go in with their books and their pens. They should write and they should apply. It is not just listening. The application is important.
Fact.
Because one thing I have learned, some musicians don't like to learn. A lot of them. So they go for meetings with their managers. Their managers come up with a lot of knowledge from the meeting they just held. And the artist comes with nothing. A lot of them. So if this is happening, then if the musicians are going in themselves, they should learn.
Okay.
They should take notes and they should implement because this is a life-changing opportunity. This is a next generation opportunity. Whatever they get to learn today is what they are going to impact the next generation. So they should take it serious.
Well, very well said. And I want to believe this is a beautiful beginning. Let's see how it goes. Chamo, you also monitored from outside.
Yes.
What did you see? What can you say?
Yeah, I think one thing is for sure. Today is Shaxi Day. Like
World Shaxi Day, put it down.
like you said earlier, Shaxi and Shatawale are trending on Twitter at the moment.
Oh, I see.
For those who are watching, I don't know if it is still trending. They
Okay.
will see it or not, but yes, we should put it on record that after the meeting, Shaxi and Shatawale were trending.
I
on-
see.
on
Over
Twitter.
Wound to me and Iyoko.
Iyoko and all this. They are there, but Shaxi is, especially Shatawale, is featuring.
Shaxi is sitting on them.
Yeah, Shatawale is in there prominently about what is happening. So for me, I think this is a good thing. I mean, one thing is for sure, the awareness that this meeting is creating is good for Shaxi and the Shaxi brand.
Okay.
So I think this is a good move. So after the meeting, let's see how far we can go with whatever promise that a politician and then the head of YEA did, or how far we can YEA, how far we can
Chamo, the way you stressed on a
politician. Yes. I don't trust them. That's the thing. But what he said, I think is a good idea. I mean, talking about getting 2,000 people to get on board,
Download the app. Yeah.
that's a good thing. If it can happen, I think it will help.
Like
this
the
nation.
master stroke challenge.
Yes, it will really help, and it will be a big thing that I think even the NDC government will benefit from it if they go through this one and everything works out the way that they want it to go. I think it will help. It will really help. So this is a good thing, and again, it will also help Shaxi as a company to grow, to get to the next level. And then it will not even end up only in Accra and Kumasi. Then we can add other regions to the whole thing. So for me, I think this is a good thing, and we should praise Shaxi and YEA for this initiative. This is far better than the youth for betting jobs, and this is something that we should be focusing on. So for me, I would say kudos to Shatawale, Shaxi team, and then the YEA for this initiative. Win for everybody. It's a win for the company Shaxi, and it's also a win for YEA and Ghana as a whole. Yeah, so for me, I think this is a good thing.
Okay, now because you mentioned Ghana as a whole, let's look at the direction of the music thing.
Yeah.
Where they would want Shatta to mentor some musicians.
Yeah.
How did you receive that side of the information as well?
You see, me, I'm thinking about the feasibility and how it will go. I can picture the way that it will go based on how Shatta does his thing and how government agency may want to do their thing. Like, I struggle to find the balance, how the whole thing will go. I don't know if Shatta will put a board in front of him, or he will just talk to them about how he does his music and share his experience, or how is the training going? Like, is he going to train them?
So you have an idea on the invasion project we started.
Yeah.
If you remember the Accra one,
yes.
There were some sessions like that.
Yes.
Where Shatta spoke to the upcoming students,
yes.
and also recorded with them.
Yes.
So this might not necessarily call for a board.
Yeah.
It is just about the
good
exchange
that's
information.
And that one you can technically call it a training. I mean, it's prepping them, talking to them, and recording with them. It's more like mentorship or guiding them.
Exactly.
To know what.
Exactly.
So that's why I'm saying that. I'm struggling to find out how the model, like how he's going to do the whole thing. Like he will just prep them like the Accra invasion thing, and then tell them to write something that you can, and then he will guide them how to go about the music
Okay.
thing. Or okay, so if that's how it will go, how is he going to grade them? Because when you train people, I mean, we should get a result, so we should have monitoring and evaluation assessment. So after talking to them, trying to let them do their training or whatever, how is
Okay.
he going to say that, okay, I think you guys, you have learned the right thing, and I certified that whatever that I taught you guys, or whatever training that I put you through, I can guarantee that you
are safe.
like you have gotten it, and you can use it for whatever that you are doing. Because if you don't take care, Shatta will do his part, but it will be a waste, because those people who will come there, how are you going to monitor that they got something and they are going to implement it, or they are going to use it at the end of the day? In fact, when you talk about corruption and how government agencies work, these are some of the ways that they use
Okay.
to do their thing. In fact, for them, they call it capacity building. They will call some musicians and say that we are going to do capacity building. One expert somewhere will come and talk to them. In this case, Shatawale, he's an expert, so he can talk to them. This is how it is done. They will say, oh, okay, yes, yati. Omuko mufi. Nothing happens. Shatta gets his money. Whoever the coordinator or the manager or whoever is also gets his cut, yapon. So for me, I think it's a good idea, but for music training, we have schools that you can go to. So if we really want to train musicians, not the Shatta star. I mean, Shatta, he's a practical guy. He's been doing it. So he can share his experience and his techniques, the way that he does his things. But if indeed we want to train people in music, they can go to Universe school, or they can go to School of Performing at Legon and do their thing. If they need Shatta to come and talk to a group of musicians, or give them guidance like the way Accra Invasion Project happened, fine. That one there, I know that, okay, this is the way that it is going. But at that one, we are not looking for any outcome. As in, after, at the end of the day, what are we giving to the people that were selected, and how are we going to measure the success of that training? If it is going to be like Accra Invasion Project, for it, for that one, they will be giving us an output. After talking to them, after training them, then you record. So this is what came out of the time that Shatta spent with those people. But if it is going to be training like from day to day, Shatta will go there. For me, it will be a waste of money and waste of time. For Shatta, he will benefit. After all, they will pay him for his services in that sense. But I don't see as getting the impact that we are looking for. If it is about music training, they should go to Uniba or Legon.
I see. Well, there is also the business side that the artist will also be willing to welcome. Because in executing what he knows, that is also business.
Good.
And I'm sure the artist would also want to consider, because
so that's
I see the format of AIP, KIP just playing a role here.
Good.
Just as Shatta did, went to Ashanti region, formed a team with some musicians, recorded them, came back to Accra Invasion Project. Once again, called some musicians, recorded them, and that's the format I see happening. In this case, there is going to be more or less like a national music agenda to be spearheaded or championed by Shatawale.
Good.
It is a big thing. The business looks promising and positive.
And I get you, but that's why I'm saying that that's not training for me. Call it a project, like you are saying. Because when you talk about training, it goes beyond what we are talking about. I mean, call it a project. I'm with you. But if you call it a training, a whole lot should come in, and that's where I will have an issue. By a project like Accra Invasion Project or Kumasi Invasion Project, I'm with you on that. Yeah.
Well, get Chemo and understand what Chemo is talking about. It is the semantics. Let's change it. when we change it, I think he will be fine and we will be fine as well.
Yeah.
Yes, Bro, you were there. So add the real picture to what they have mentioned earlier so we can move on.
Training if you someone, right?
Munyin in term. Quick.
For me, first of all, let me say a very big thanks to the Youth Employment Agency, spearheaded by the boss himself, Basintali, Malik Basintali, Mr. Malik Basintali, Honorable, as we call him. And we want to say a very big thanks to everybody that is also supporting us on the platform, or that is patronizing the Shaxi platform. This is a huge partnership that we don't take lightly. Yes, we've been calling for this for years, and so far God been so good. But we are seeing this as the beginning of greater form of partnership. And OK Joseph, even in his presentation, talked about his concern for government change, where government comes in and looks like there's a new Pharaoh who may not know the Joseph that was there. So would want to change the whole surface. Well, we are looking at a long-term partnership. That is why even in Shatawale's acceptance speech and in his presentation talked about how the office is also open to even be transparent with the dealings with the government agency, for them to also know how we work and for them to also understand how long we want this marriage or this partnership to be, and how it can benefit both parties. So I believe, and since we have different examples in the space like the Zoom Lion and other companies that have partnered with government, and these partnership has not been affected with government regime change. It is with that same vision that we want to partner the government. This is not just the office of the Youth Employment Agency, but we are also hoping to expand even into other offices. This is a transport company, and we are even hoping to enter into the offices of the Ministry of Transport and other partners in the government agency. So we would want to say a big thanks to them. Of course, Honorable Malik Basintali talked about what they will be bringing on board to help elevate Shaxi. And it is about the incentives that the people who are going to patronize are going to enjoy. For the drivers, you talked about the 500 Ghana cedis monthly coupon for the people who are going to sign up, and we are talking about over 2,000. And of course, we are talking about the riders or the passengers. Let me say the passengers.
When we went to Malik's office and Roland said the riders, he said, "Oh, riders." I said, "Hey, Roland, change what you're saying." I said, "Roland, change what you're saying," because to him, he's a motor rider. So when he mentioned riders, he's thinking about prum prum.
But in our side, we call them riders. But like simple terms, the passengers are also going to have enjoy discount codes and other form of incentives, including the most affordable base fare in the system. So these are some of the things that the riders are going to enjoy, and it is a very good partnership. Like I said, we don't take it lightly, and this is the time that we entreat everybody, especially those who have not signed up, to do so now, because this is the time that the enjoyment is going to start, and it is not only enjoyment for the two people involved. I'm talking about the two offices involved, but the priority is for the people who are going to patronize the platform, both the drivers and the passengers, as we call them. These are the people that are the main priority. These are the heroes of the game. They are the heroes of our platform, and they are the people we are going to celebrate. So I would say big ups to everybody, and of course the media that showed up on the day. We say huge thanks to them. For the other side, that
the music side
that Honorable brought into the conversation. For me, I wasn't surprised when he mentioned it. I mean, if you get somebody who is more or less like a universal charger like Shatawale did, the moment you get it, you would want to exhaust almost every aspect that you can lay your hands on. So when he brought that conversation, I wasn't surprised. Besides, this is an entertainer who is also into tech business, and fortunately it was the tech side that took him to the office than the other side. So they saw the need for them to also reactivate the music side, and that is why he brought up that conversation. I think it is a good idea, and it is laudable. And in fact, for both conversations that took us to the office, which is the ride hailing service and the music side. These are things that Shatta is already doing in his own way, in his own corner. He's been doing it with or without partners. Sometimes partners come on board, sometimes he does it with him. And so it wasn't out of place for him to mention. I think it is something that is feasible. For me, the training came in as, I would treat it like, for want of a better word, or when he wants to communicate. But there is more to the training than what was said during the press or during the meeting.
Okay.
I believe when the team goes into the boardroom or in close quarters, that is where all the details will be spelled out. But for press communication, and of course because of the environment and how brief the meeting was, there was the need to tell the people something or give them something to fall on to understand that, okay, we are going to do something like this. And besides, Shatta has his own format and the ministry also have their own direction. So maybe it could be training where there would be the project side of it. And the proper training can also come from government. Maybe government can also set up a training format where, like you said, school, where they can direct some of them to have some form of short courses even in these music schools. Because there are some musicians that have the perception, say, the moment I make a there is no need for me to go to school.
Yeah.
But then, whether you like it or not, there are certain things that academically, when you step there, you can also grab and it will help you as a musician. So yes, it is a whole training. And I wouldn't want us to say, okay, I know Chemo was talking from how easy or how quick we can do this for everybody, but it is, like I said, the partnership is not one that we are looking to just do something in the interim and just clear our hands off. It is something that we are looking to do more and more or for a longer time. So yes, maybe we can start with the project now, then later, depending on how the project goes, then okay, there's the need for us to now put people into proper training. And let me say big ups to this government. From the beginning, I've always said, if there's any government that gives a posture of caring about the creative arts industry, it is this government. And so far, even or in a meeting or during a meeting that has nothing to do with music and entertainment, they've been able to bring it up or fuse it in a way that nobody expected it. In Kobekas, okay, see a Shaxi, a transport, a tech, and can free ornament, then the next one we can bring another conversation. But this 2-in-1, and they've been able to fuse it. And fortunately for everybody, the person that they are dealing with or the people that they are dealing with, these are people who serve both worlds, where you can get 2-in-1. So I think it is a laudable conversation, and the team is really up for it on both sides. Shaxi, yeah, for life, and also for die. And I want people to be rest assured that yes, we have the men, we have the brains, and we have everything to do. Shatta is also ready and upbeat for this project, and he will go all out for this particular partnership.
Well, we wish them well, and congratulations to the parties involved, as Roland has said. Now, let's move on to read something that I find interesting, a statement from Stonebwoy. It is something that I'm really interested in. Let me read that and get the views of my people on that ASAP. Stonebwoy is saying something. He says, celebrating mediocrity is hurting our music industry. Chemo's man. Obviously, this is a topic that Chemo is interested in, and I would want us to read the story, then I'll pick the views of my people before we start our weekend. Let me read. It says, dancehall musician Stonebwoy has expressed his displeasure with the way some Ghanaians habitually criticize entertainment personalities in a negative manner. In a video shared on Instagram on May 30th, 2025, Stonebwoy urged Ghanaians to stop celebrating mediocrity, warning that it is having a detrimental impact on the creative arts industry. Now, in the Ghanaian industry, there is a need for a mindset shift. We need that mental shift because celebrating mediocrity is one of the things hurting our industry. If we want to progress, then we have to do progressive things. but we are not mentally embracing the changes that would make such progress possible, he stated. Now, using Nigerians as an example, the JJJ hitmaker urged Ghanaians to support creatives rather than sabotage them. So there is a need for us to speak positively about the strides we make towards progress, rather than immediately comparing or downplaying them. Before any Nigerian artist in my time would win a Grammy, they were already doing the groundwork. You'd hear a narrative like, if it wasn't for the video, Chris Brown wouldn't have won a Grammy. I love that kind of narrative, but here in Ghana, I humbly say we often create narratives that pull us backward. We have a PhD syndrome, pull him down. But what if we change that to pull him there?
Of course. New PhD.
Oh my goodness. Wow. So
That's
Operation Magazine had this interview. So let's go catch a glimpse of that. And when I come back, I'll pick views of my people before we run away from here.
You smash that intro. As Ghanaians in the Ghanaian industry, a need for a mind shift, a mental shift. We need that mental shift because it's going to be important for us. Celebrating a lot of mediocrity is one thing that is hurting our industry, because if we want to progress, then we'd have to do progressive things, but we are not mentally changing to adapt to stuff that would actually cause the progress to happen. There's a need for speak highly of the positive moves that we make towards progress, rather than immediately compare it, chastise it. Is it that the people feel like they're supposed to be like an overnight success? Before any Nigerian artist in my time would have won a Grammy, they would be doing these things.
Exactly.
You see like 5 Nigerian artists, A-listers at the Grammys, inclusion. You see narratives like, if it was not for Davido, Chris Brown would not have won a Grammy. I love such narratives. Here in Ghana, I put to say that you would find out that we create narrative that would rather bring us back. But how is it that we have now PhD that is supposed to be standing for something high, has been colonized?
Pull him down.
To become pull him down. What if we now change it and say pull him there? How about that?
Chama would bring this down first.
break down.
Chamo sometimes enjoys Stonebwoy when he's speaking and he's doing his antics. Chamo is a philosopher.
Philosopher of the year.
Ghana's numero uno philosopher.
This one, I think, is an intellectual exercise that he did, and the things that he said, I really don't see the way forward out of the things that he said. I mean, he was, yes, exactly. He was saying things that it is impossible. It is not possible things to do in this world, like calling people to have a mind shift. How? It is not done anywhere. If you want people to change their mindset, change the way you do your things. That's how it is done. You don't just tell people to change their mindset and they change it. No. I've never seen any country or any group of people who just change their mindset because somebody is telling them to change their mindset. It is not done anywhere. So the thing that he said, it is just an intellectual output coming from him. Nothing more, nothing less. I mean, it's more or less like you said, it's a philosophical exercise or something that he's saying. I mean, and again, I didn't really get the connection between mediocrity and some people criticizing you. I mean, when you talk about mediocrity, you are talking about something average that you think that people are praising
something
or
inferior self. Average.
No, mediocrity is more or less an average thing that we celebrate. Like we feel that you can do more than what you have done, but we are celebrating you for something that we think is normal. That's the mediocrity part. So when will the criticism become mediocrity or praises mediocrity will come in? I didn't get it. That's why I'm saying that it was more or less an intellectual exercise, trying to see something for us to get some meaning out of it. So for me, I think pull him down is not good for anybody. We understand that thing, but people will not just change because you are telling them to change. It will be based on the things that you do. Some people, no matter what, will want to take the negative side. But if whatever that you are doing is positive and whatever that they say or do may not hurt you that much, and we know people in the system. In fact, he is an example because if we ask him, he can point out people who are trying to put him down, but they are not succeeding. And so what again? You are winning. You are part of the big musicians in Ghana. So why? What is the problem here? And sometimes they will give an example that if you go deeper into it, you will say that that's not true. It happens everywhere. So you think Nigerians don't criticize their musicians or
They
the
do,
thing?
pa.
They do.
They
And
do.
criticism is part of the game.
Yeah.
There are some people, in fact, that's their job. They will criticize you for even the things that
You
people
do
will say
right.
that this is not
Yes,
fair.
yes.
This guy is winning. This guy is doing the right thing. Why are you criticizing? That's who they are. And they will not change their mindset because you are telling them to. So I think this is not anything that we have to, stress to decode or talk about and say that what he's saying is true. Let's change our mindset or let's shift. Forget it. Obian changing the mindset, but you can change your ways of doing things.
Okay.
If you want people to praise you, there are two ways. Either you will do things that will convince them that okay, you are doing what they like. So now they will praise you for whatever that you are doing. Or you will do things regardless of whatever they will say.
Okay.
And we have people in the system like that and they are still winning. And yet they will be kind of meet you. They will feel say no. And now all yeah. Say and if they are doing the far and then far can they overcome on far. So for me, criticism sometimes will not help. I mean, some of them, the way that they do it, we have names that we can mention, but we know where they are coming from. When we mention somebody like Selima or Ziga, Nana Frimpong Ziga, we know where they come from, or how they have positioned themselves to criticize.
Yeah.
Also change your mindset. Nana Ziga. And now Selima are changing the mindset. Masa, you can be before for that.
Take over from there.
I agree with Stonebwoy. I agree.
Yeah, Roland agrees.
I agree with Stonebwoy because why I agree?
So who agreed?
Okay.
For me, I agree with Stonebwoy, and I like the fact that he's seen it, or he's seen the effect of how some people unfairly criticize creatives. That is why I agree with him, because over the years he seemed to be very, very ignorant or off about this whole conversation. Remember, when some people were complaining about it, when some people were talking about how unfairly some people treat them in the space, na kwan ne mfa ne dan no internet ne pa na say akakra fa ne hwe ano no
I feel it.
yes. But there are some aspects that I would want to differ or I'd beg to differ. That is the connection between mediocrity and your friend is saying criticism. For me, I think whoever would want to celebrate mediocrity would do it, whether Okoji Grammy or not. If they want to celebrate somebody that has taken Artist of the Year for Central Music Awards and leave your Grammy, it is up to them. It doesn't mean, or it doesn't demean whatever achievement you have. So if you would want to base that, to call that celebration of mediocrity, then I will beg to differ, because the whole conversation is subjective.
Change your mindset.
What's it?
Change your mindset.
So what's your you see the whole conversation.
Come here. Why do you need
it's subjective. So for me, that is where I would want him to pause. because say ekoye to say okay because obi can wasem ye obi embe celebrity ni awu yentin you think the people are focused on mediocrity then these are subjective views. Now sa comparison na osabe ye say oh and you see it is the same thing. Yes, I keep Central Music Awards argument now example I might say it is the same thing that he said, similar thing he said in his presentation, saying oh when he hears conversation like it is because of the video internet Chris Brown winning Grammy na any day and he would want to hear that from where he's coming from. That is fine, but he should also understand that baby as I'm conform no the more compare no ebi mo ha say ye de ne compare on pen. It is that same comparison that he's doing. It is that same comparison. And I you know. Say obeka say okay because of you say because of the video tina Chris Brown winning Grammy. What tie ye ode? Say what tie ye ode? But ye de ba ha say dia on pen. Ye de sa conversation na ba ha no bi beka so say who say Nigeria for yesi inti won so awo Ghana no ye bia problem die. You see that thing, then he will come and say oh they are celebrating mediocrity. For me, I would agree with him when he say okay there should be some form of mindset change. There are some people who need like they need it in the system. There are some people need it. The people that you mentioned the male version, the female version, they need it. Some Crawford say when you get some of them
and they will do it when you tell them.
No, it is not about telling them. But sometimes I agree with you when you say some of the action starts from you. But sometimes if you also don't talk about the effect of whatever they are doing to you, they may also be ignorant about it. You know, there are some people in the space who are even budded, young commentators who think that insulting some of these people like the ones that they are looking up to are doing is the one that will make them. That is how some people think. But if these musicians come out and they tell you that Charlie, these things that you guys are saying, it is spoiling our business somewhere. Some people will have change of mind. Some people will see the need for them, even if they will not change completely. They will learn how to minimize it, so it may not come back. It may not come back to affect them. You understand? So for that one, I agree, and I'm saying that I am just surprised he's now realizing it. Perhaps ebia this year kakra fa ne hweanu ni afi no hu say no say na ebi wo ho no ma eya you understand kakra fa ne hweanu this year answer no hu say na ebi wo ho no ma eya. But when some of his colleagues were complaining about some of these things in the past or for some time, he was very quiet and silent about this whole conversation. You understand? Anything it is on that aspect that I would want to agree with him. But so be use Nigeria analogy no. Na yes the ba no be okay, oko Nigeria and yes sir, but the ba Ghana it is bra emfa. Do you know the kind of things these guys are also doing in their country? You know the kind of commenting. See, sometimes
have a mind shift.
When you make that comparison, when you make that status comparison, then you open the floodgate for people to also start another different form of comparison from the other angle. Because who will say, me as sure as I say, no compare obi on Nigeria see you vex. Oh, look at what Rema is doing. Look at what Ashake is doing. What is Stonebwoy not doing? He will vex right now and come and tell you the resources and stuff that they have and what not. He doesn't have, and it is a total different game or different environment. But you are doing the same comparison. You are still bringing their conversation in your presentation. So if somebody is also criticizing you and goes to bring their conversation in their presentation, you will come and say they are being unfair. You understand? So that is the aspect that I don't agree with him. Say, comparison. Some person be do compare the lives of Nigeria and say what you are also doing is mediocre. So because of that, they will not celebrate her. Please, in your presentation, don't bring it because the attempt that you had times 2 times 2 but it is because you don't belong there. You will not feel it.
You will not feel it.
You will not feel it.
But Musa is unim sexy vibe.
Well, okay, come through.
Yo.
Asia. Yeah, okay, come through.
Stonebwoy has spoken. Or can't say Bebre. But let's look at what he said. You know, he was talking about selling negativity.
Okay.
I think say is a thing of the industry, and it is not the fault of the people selling the negativity. It is the fault of the people feeding them with the negativity to sell, because they have been fed with something, and that is what they are selling. And who feeds them with that thing is the artist.
Exactly.
You understand? So it is what the artists have fed their fan base. That is what they are putting out there. Because, and this negativity thing is Paul's business for this artist. Because if Stonebwoy has a business with Def Jam, and he wants to go and do business with them, or Def Jam wants to do business with him, and they want to check out who Stonebwoy is, and they go on the internet, and everything that is coming out is a negative story. I don't think they would like to associate their brand with somebody who has a negative picture in the system.
Okay.
So the selling of negativity is something that I think that we should really look at, but it happens because the artists have fed their people with this. And the comparison aspect. Years ago, Sarkodie came to talk about these things and said that you guys are comparing us to the Davidos and the Burna Boys and saying that they are feeling O2 and we are doing nothing. But some of us, myself and my friends, when we were feeling the Apollo, when we were feeling Indigo, these guys had not felt a thing.
Not even a beer parlor.
Beer parlor.
You see, but when we fill these spaces, you didn't project the positive picture. These guys are feeling O2 now. And you are saying that you have to feel O2. Why are you not doing it? But what we did, when we did what we did, they had not done any. But here we are comparing the two people. When Sarkodie won Best International Act, now when they really be, no being really be.
Best international flow.
Best International Flow.
He
Good.
was the first to win.
He was the
also won Best International Act on BET.
Good. No Nigerian artist had dreamt of winning it. But we seem to forget all these things and try and put a negative picture in the system for these people, because some of them have decided that they will feed their fan base with that. Also, let's talk about the progress he spoke about. I believe that Stonebwoy could have started this, but he refused to do it. The progress and the working together and coming together and doing business together as an artist, where he compared us to the Nigerians and said that when the Nigerians are going to the Grammys, you see 4 or 5 of them go together. Stonebwoy could have started that. It could have started with just a response to a tweet. But he decided to ignore the tweet.
Okay, can promise.
And no.
Have a mindset shift. Change your mindset, everything will be fine.
Chamo is still saying you guys should change your mindset.
You understand? If Stonebwoy
Following Stonebwoy's advice.
If Stonebwoy wanted artists to work together and be united, and I have a problem if people and creatives say that there is no unity in the Ghanaian music scene. The Ghanaian music scene is one of the unified scenes we have in Africa. Why do we say you're united? If Stonebwoy wanted people or artists to work together, in those days now, only artists of the year can promise. Every tweet say congratulations, my brother. Then no. In kasa dream no ni timwa. In ka honum no or respond. Then it will come back to him. But on say Stonebwoy, a tweety congratulations to Kim Promise. Kim Promise ignore. We are making a big fuss of it. Yeah, they can't say because he started it and he has received it. So if we want to work together, it starts with us.
Okay.
It doesn't start from anybody. We have to channel that energy. We have to control the space and say that we are working together. Stonebwoy has received support when he was doing his up and running tour. The same period, Edem was also in America. He went there to support him. He found the dates and said that, okay, this date, Stonebwoy is playing, I am free. Stonebwoy is playing, I am free. Let me go and support my brother.
Support.
So I don't know where he comes up with a picture of we are not unified or there's no unity. Obi abunana. Anoni obi.
He's talking about change of mindset.
But he also spoke about unity. Unity, no Ghanaian music and emwatete and the minimum is news to me because I see unity amongst our artists. Or he thinks that when a particular Grammys happen and you see a lot of the American artists come together, so there's nothing going on. Do you know what is going on there? A lot is going on, and the mind shift. You see, that is a deep-rooted thing. It doesn't start from he saying it. It starts from even our homes. It starts from our schools, and it also starts with them. Even in the music schools, it starts there.
Yeah.
Because now, if you want to be a musician, your parents give you an ultimatum. Black Sheriff came to say it. He said when he wanted to be a musician, his parents said the amount of 1 year, Samfa, Besinko UPSA.
Blow na bra.
Aye. Nakoye doctor. But when him said doctor, no person nebani ye no. Nebani was also close school 7 years. And so I be a doctor.
I know they him say oh yeah.
But music ne die.
It's no be a fat.
But see, focus on the time.
But music ne die. Medicine school no 7 years old. Music ne amano 1 year.
Yes.
So we blow on Besinko school. So the mind shifting is not something we can just talk about.
Okay.
It is something we can practice from deep down because in school life skills the students themselves, they are not interested in the life skills.
That's my favorite subject.
You understand? Even lecturer now and a teacher no lecture life skills or nanka so be background na be mobu.
Their life is really
Okay, how about that?
life skills.
So these are the things we should be looking at. And yet you do top on down there, what is happening down there? Because it is what happens down there that gives birth to our actions up here. Where it is Stonebwoy waka. But some of these things are deep rooted. And also he's part of the problem.
Okay.
We are all part of the problem. He's part. Or playing a part, yeah. The industry and everybody will be better. Okay. One could ignore can promise tweet to him. I don't think saying can promise in be ignore it.
Yeah.
In can also be responding, then we build a bond, family moves on, and then we all win together. But why ignore it there? Why ignore there? Also, there's no unity in the space.
Let's close, but before we close, I want you guys to be quick on this topic for me. I've seen a gentleman who seems to be bragging about something, and I want you guys to either caution him or advise him. Oh no, caution him or praise him.
Okay.
Chemo praising.
He says, I spent about 200,000 to produce my 100% song. And this is Scott Evans who is speaking.
200 cedi and $1.
Cities.
200,000 cedis. 2 billion.
Yes. That's what I'm saying. So I want you to either praise him for doing well or caution him to be very careful.
2 billion. Oh.
I reduce.
Ah,
I jumped this trap.
is that contemporary gospel artist Scott Evans has revealed that he invested approximately 200,000 cedis in the production of his music video for the song 100%.
Music video.
Music video.
Yeah, in music.
In an interview, oh, you can watch 100%. In an interview on Hit FM's Daybreak Hit on May 30th, 2025, Evans detailed the extensive efforts and resources involved in creating the high-quality video, including shooting in Cape Coast and assembling over 100 dancers. And then we had to shoot in Cape Coast. We had to get over 100 dancers. The locations, the set we built, everything was from scratch. There was a crane. We had to rent a crane to capture certain shots. One of the most significant expenses was color grading. After 2 attempts with local professionals in Ghana failed to deliver the desired results, Evans sought the expertise of a colorist based in Estonia. We initially tried 2 guys in Ghana, but that didn't work because of what we wanted to achieve with the quality of our footage. So we found someone online, but he was in Estonia and we couldn't send dollars to him. He explained, due to challenges with international payments, the team resorted to using cryptocurrency to complete the transaction. So we asked him and he said he could accept Bitcoin. One of my team members who is into crypto made the payment on our behalf. Evans emphasized that the substantial investment was aimed at ensuring top-tier production quality for the video, stating everything was from scratch. This claims aligns with Evans' previous assertions about his dedication to high production standards in his music projects. He has previously claimed to be one of the most invested artists in terms of production quality, remaining focused on delivering exceptional content to the audience. So simple, we are closing. Would you guys praise him or advise him?
Chemo, please.
Chemo.
Chemo's that. If Chemo
You don't watch the video, eh?
If Chemo don't talk, nobody will talk.
You don't watch the video.
Miss If I go watch the video.
If you finish, make a
I go
watch.
watch again.
Because
Chemo, yanko.
200,000, 2 billion.
This trap they can't catch me like that.
Chemo, yeah, they make out.
I will jump it.
Yeah, they make out.
Are you
I think-
advising him or cautioning him?
Wow. The video
I think
was 1 year ago.
Yeah, has
Numbers, no?
495K.
yeah,
Ah.
495
After 1 year.
views.
495K. Into 1 million.
That be 1 year.
how many comments?
Your move cannot hear the
Aha, na Chemo.
193 comments.
193. Oh, okay.
Aha, na Chemo. 2.2K likes.
Yeah.
Interesting. I think he's doing well. and
So are you going
if-
to advise him or going to praise him?
Yeah, but
if
when
you are
is that?
investing,
I want
When is that?
I want it to be very clear because that's what I asked. That I would want you guys to either advise him or praise him. So where?
Both.
I'm going to praise him.
Okay, Chemo, praise him and let's go.
Yeah, I think he's doing well. As and again in his own statement, he said that he's one of the
Most invested.
invested artists in the industry, and if that's what he's aiming for, obviously he's achieving it. I mean, spending so much in your music video like this means that you'll be part of top tier investors in the music business, and I think he's investing and it's good for the industry. The only part that I was a bit disappointed is when he used
Crypto.
foreign
Colorist.
color
Colorist,
graders
yeah.
to do that part. I think there are some people, yes, it's disappointing when you don't get what you are looking for by employing some local people, but I think he didn't look hard enough because we have Carl in our team, and I think he can do a job like that. So this time I will advise him to look harder. He will get the right people to do the color grading for him.
Okay.
Investing in music business is not a bad thing. I think David Nikuti and others will get jobs. So we have to praise him for investing in his videos, and then also promoting them on YouTube and other platforms. And I think so far he's achieving what he's looking for as the topmost investor in the music business. So I'll praise him for doing more investment. It's good for the industry. Yeah. So me, I'll praise him. Yeah.
Okay. Are you praising him or you cautioning
Mm, I'll caution him.
him? Okay.
200,000
Yeah.
in a music video shoot. And how much is he making in return?
We say when you're 495K, you know. So you are in the business, so you can have an idea.
3% crown say 200,000. It is 2 billion.
I see production in point, that's in promotion for my
Promotion and buy. You see, I wanted to use a word, but it will sound so harsh. So let me just
don't use it.
Let me just calm down.
You said you caution, okay. You said you caution, okay.
This is the trumpets Shatawale has been trying to sound. That these people, Roland, remove your hand and laugh, has been trying to sound that these people do not want to understand. You are investing 200,000. I'm not saying that investing in your brand is wrong.
Bad, yeah.
No, I'm not saying that. But what returns are you making from it? And what is even the end game for that production you are doing? Is it that you've received some assurance that after this production, some 300,000 be or some big deal be is somewhere that you are going to cash out? Or you are just doing it because you want us to know that you are the most invested? Is that a title you want?
Obviously, yes.
Most invested artist.
Yeah.
And 5 years to come, when you are not doing anything with your career again, you will come and fall back on us and tell us that you are poor. We should contribute and support you. That is not what we are looking at. So if you are an artist and you are investing, invest wisely. That is what they should be doing. 200,000 just for production, promotion and buy. Now, Sikanu Ubenya. Me, I'm thinking that the 200,000, but what's why oh, Menka soon to me, no.
Yeah, so
Menka say it won't get to there. It won't get to that. 2 billion. 2 billion. Na Ghana ye billionaires in the cry. My net worth you're saying.
You don't know Scott Evans.
Yeah, I guess you don't know him.
Oh,
He's been investing.
Go ahead.
so I think that the investment he did, it didn't add up.
Okay.
To me, the investment didn't add up.
Okay.
In as much as that, as a businessman, you want to invest and make returns. You don't want to invest and lose. At this point, he has lost. And so next time when he's investing, he should invest wisely.
Ro,
But let me ask this. According to the article, they didn't ask him how much he's making from the investment.
no,
That is what I'm talking
They've
about.
not asked. Or
They
they did
didn't
not
ask
ask.
that
Yes.
part.
According to what maybe if we get time to watch the full interview,
Yeah.
we will find out if they asked or not.
Even
But in the article, it was not mentioned. But like when I was also reading,
Yeah.
I was expecting, okay, and Kamuzans of spending
Spending
200,000.
But there is a
I don't
video,
fast,
so maybe you can go and watch it.
That's what I'm saying. Sanka reading across.
Bank article no
But there is a
Yeah.
video, so if you like, we can go and watch it.
Yeah, later. we
But
watch.
what kind of article?
article in the
I
capture.
want Chemo to watch the video.
Okay. Ro, are you praising him or you are questioning him?
Oh, I will praise him and caution others.
Okay.
Praise him and caution others.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I know what he's talking about.
Yeah, I'll praise him.
So they were just kind of why.
No.
Now they have no so baby there.
Oh, since you
Aha.
Ukodi wants nature up a brew.
Thank you.
So I'll praise him because Obi an innovation on the work space. It is show business. Some people are in for the show. Others are in for the business. Others are in for the show and the business. And that's it. So for me, I'll praise him. And like he emphasized, he is one of the most invested artists in the space. For all you know, that may be one of his vision. That may be one of his targets. So okay, if you come into the space and you are looking for people who have invested the most, whether or not the returns match up, that may not be a common, but if you are looking for people who have invested the most, you mention him. Of course, then he holds that title.
And that is not good business.
That is to you. For me, you see, it may not be good business, even generally.
But objectively, it's not a good business. Yeah.
Whether generally or objectively. But my own is that there is something that the person is looking
By me,
for.
I will still praise him for investing.
Of course, there is something that the person is looking for. Maybe he's looking for some personal satisfaction.
Yeah, for sure.
He's looking for some personal satisfaction. And so be any scan go to groceries. And so say ka obeti me dia to pecanto.
Matters
Obeti me dia to matters be back 20 and 30. But the person is also looking for some personal satisfaction. It's not beti sika akoto. Inti e bia oti 200,000 to shoot 2 music video. You can suggest to him say, ah, sa 200,000 no. Uchi che mu anka whole album. Ubetimi a whole album music video. But Onusubeka said there was maybe some form of satisfaction he wanted from that. That is why he had to go the length and breadth, comb the entire world to find a colorist. You understand? To even go to the extent of paying Bitcoin to the person to do the job for him. So he was looking for some personal satisfaction. Good for him. Now, I will praise, as I praised him, let me use that to caution the others. You see, there is the business side to whatever this conversation is. And me, I will use it to caution the others for them to understand that. If somebody is in the same space with you, and he is doing certain things for personal satisfaction, don't follow suit if you don't have that capacity. Regardless of how you see the thing, don't do it, because at the end of the day he will not be depressed though. You will be.
Depression is real.
You will be, because I've seen people who are now regretting, say, there were certain investments that they made on music videos. And here you see, we are not talking about quality music video. It is not the conversation here. It is not the conversation here. We are talking about investment into the visuals of what you are doing. And investing, we see everybody in the space as a businessman. And as a businessman, when investing, the key thing that should click your mind would be the return on the investment that you are doing. So if the return doesn't make sense to you, please think twice. If the investment, the returns doesn't make sense to you, think twice. Maybe you would want to do Scott Evans' own Sam. You would want to spend a certain 200,000 or even more.
I think he's getting the numbers. 400K.
In Tememani 200,000.
He's investing for numbers and he's getting numbers. So
400K, the 200,000 amount.
And the amount.
Or see, he's getting the out. Can you tell me this?
No, he's getting the number. Can't you see the numbers?
1 year.
So my own is that
400K.
you may even want to invest like him or invest more. There are other ways you can do this business. You may want to shoot a 200,000 or 300,000 music video. Find partners, advert placement. And now Nasi, I remember when we were at CTV, Nasi premiered a certain music video, and the kind of ad placement that was in that particular video. A whole company adverts, different companies. Issue or no matter, or you can clearly see if you are a very technical person and you watch that video, you can clearly see. And when I watch that video, and I watch this particular video, the one Scott Evans is talking about,
you can't think far.
He said, may you spot the difference. You understand? That is me. Maybe he also has whatever, like I said, or no, he wanted to achieve. That is to him. But to the people out there, at the end of the day, it is investments that you are making. If you think shooting that videos of that magnitude or of that cost may not give you the return on investment, then it is better you release audios for 5 years and get your returns than you going to shoot that video with that huge budget and not get the returns. Here, I'm not talking about quality again. Let me emphasize, because some people think that if you shoot music video 500,000 and now be quality. And you bet your ball amount, you bet your ball amount. Opa, you invest $1 million. I swear to God. And if that is what will not bring you the returns, forget it. Go and check. See, this one I will not use Kotibans. I will use Shatawale. When you go into Shatawale's catalog, there are sets of different kind of music videos. Go and check the ones with the highest form of views and numbers, the ones that are driving his YouTube page on visuals. He will tell you. Not long ago, he even came to complain that you people say I should shoot music video. When I shoot, you people don't come and watch.
Yeah.
You see, it is business. Oh. Go and check the price that went into Gringo, and go and check the price that went to IU and the rest. There you will know how. What's it?
Taking over.
Taking over and the other. You check, like you will be able to get some business idea from it. Nobody is telling you don't shoot quality music video, but then you can still get quality music video at very affordable price. You can get it to save your business.
Okay, so I asked them a simple task to either advise him or to praise him, and they've done that. No harm intended, as a matter of fact. On this note, I declare the weekend active. Whoever is watching, go and start your weekend. Congratulations once again to Shaxi, Shatawale, YEA CEO Malik Basintali, the man who controls the 5,000 men
and
the battalions. When he mentioned that, that's the guy. Thanks to OK Joseph for coming through from One Play Africa. Thanks to Intimdo Solomon Chemu for coming through. Intimdo Digital Solutions, as well as Sammy Flex TV or Flex Entertainment Limited online department. Roland Amate, Shaxi, Shatter Movement, of course. Shaxi is enjoying their day today. And to Roland Report on YouTube as well. To the producers, Theophilus Digosh, Desert, as well as Sam Tuga. You guys take charge and let the people enjoy. My name is Sammy Flex. Subscribe to us. Let's read your comments. Until we meet again, we're out of here. Bye-bye.
Everybody check now. Check it. Fact check it. Fact check it. Check it. The beat is real. Don't wait, make it kill ya. Get your green select glucometer and check it. Sugar level, check it, check it. Fact check it, check it. Fact check it, fact check it, check it, check it. Green select glucometer. Fact check it, fact check it, check it, check it. Put sugar level, fact check it, fact check it, check it, check it. Fact check it, fact check it, check it, check it. Green select glucometer. Everybody check now. This advert has been vetted and approved by the FDA.